How's that, Howard? Good? Sounds good. Thank you, Ed. Count off.
1, 2, 3, 4. We are calling forth Christ's light. We are calling forth the light of God. We are calling forth Christ's light. It shines in you. It shines in me. It shines right now for eternity. We are calling forth the peace. We are calling forth the peace of God. We are calling forth the peace. It shines in you. It shines in me. It shines right now for eternity. We are calling forth the joy. We are calling forth the joy of God. We are calling forth the joy. It shines in you. It shines in me. It shines right now for eternity.
We'll be opening our service this morning with a new song. It's called Unity Advent Song, and we'll follow that with O Little Town of Bethlehem. You have lyrics for both songs in your programs. So if it's comfortable for you to stand, I invite you to stand and join us singing. On this first tune, I will sing through the first verse once so that you can hear how it goes. And then we'll start again with verse 1 and sing all 4 verses. Like the star o'er Bethlehem, shining inside of me, guiding me from where I am, shining inside of me, in my heart, in my heart. There is hope in my heart, in my heart. Okay, join me. Like the star o'er Bethlehem, shining inside of me, guiding me from where I am, shining inside of me, in my heart, in my heart. There is hope in my heart, in my heart. As I listen quietly, waiting inside of me, God brings peace and harmony, waiting inside of me, in my heart, in my heart. There is peace in my mind, sorry. Deeply flowing from within, moving inside of me. inside of me. In my soul, in my soul, there is love in my soul, in my soul. Last verse. Filled with wonder and with grace, living inside of me. Christ is born now in this place, living inside of me. In my life, in my life, there is joy in my life, in my life, in my heart. Tag. In my heart, hope, peace, love, and joy are in my heart, in my heart. Thank you. Oh, one more song. A Little Town of, this one's familiar. Oh, little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie. Above thy deep and dreamless sleep, the silent stars go by. Yet in thy dark streets shineth the everlasting light. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. For Christ is born of Mary and gathered all above. While mortals sleep, the angels keep their watch of wondering love. O morning stars together proclaim the holy birth, and praises sing to God the King, and peace to all on earth. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. In the beginning was the one presence of the undivided and unmanifest pure spirit of life, light, and love. In its generosity, it shared itself, its consciousness and its love in this visible form of creation. We acknowledge this presence within us and as us. The creative energy of the divine feminine and masculine expressing in all of our giftedness and creativity. We acknowledge this in our companion, Mother Earth, and in all sentient beings. This universal presence in everything we call the Christ. We light this candle as a visible reminder of the Christ presence, expressing in, as, and through us in this present now moment. Well, good morning, everybody. A little different setup today. It looks like everybody has found a seat. we have a potluck after services today. So for those of you who've remembered, thank you. And those of you who didn't, great anyways. Please stay. We welcome you to stay and join us afterwards. Well, welcome. My name is Diane Castro-Ware, and I'm the service assistant today. And today, Reverend Frank is going to be speaking to us about peace. Did you want to give a little preview today? Okay.
Hi, everyone. I'm Reverend Frank, for those of you who haven't met me. And today we're in our there's 4 weeks of Advent, as probably most of you know, and it's the second Sunday of Advent. And a special shout out to Janae. We've had an Advent wreath bring an Advent wreath like you'd like to see it. I've never seen one with toy trucks and a Christmas beach scene before, and Bambi. If you haven't seen this Advent wreath, be sure to come check it out before you go. So it's a never-ending creative process. But I want to talk about peace today, and I think that we're going to talk about peace in a way that perhaps, well, I got to tell you, I never thought of it this way before, but thank you to the Fillmore tradition and Unity. I think we're going to explore peace in a way that it's really going to be useful. At least it has been to me. So.
Okay, our mission here at Unity of Bellingham is we are a joyful, evolving spiritual community committed to spiritual practices, compassionate service, and living on purpose. And our statement of belonging: as a joyful, evolving, and spiritually conscious community, Unity of Bellingham celebrates the uniqueness of everyone, recognizing and welcoming each person as a beautiful expression of the One. Being inclusive and non-discriminatory, we acknowledge the divine presence in all life and honor their positive presence, blessing, and contribution to the world. This is our statement of belonging. So I would love to take a moment to welcome anybody new to Unity of Bellingham today. Is there anyone attending for the first time? Yay, well, thank you for joining us today. We're so happy you're here, and we hope you'll stay and enjoy some food with us afterwards. Yeah. And, a few others. Welcome also. Hello. Oh, good to see you both. Thank you for joining, and we hope you'll stick around afterwards so we can have a chance to say hello. Very good. You know, at this time of year, it's such a busy and festive and fun time. There's shopping and celebrating and parties and decoration and gatherings. And it's a busy time. And all of you have made it a point to come here today or to join us online. We thank you. We thank you for that during this busy time. At the same time, it's also a time to go to the quiet. The season invites us into the darkness, the longest days of darkness, into the quiet, into the silent and still presence within. And so we balance that festive, fun, daily activities that life calls us to, and the deep presence of experiencing spirit in whatever way you find that. And isn't that the spiritual journey? Calling both of it, right? It's all of it, holding that. So thank you for being here today with us and doing both of those things with us as part of living our spiritual lives together. Okay. All right. Well, let's take a few moments now to go over our 5 principles together. And those can be found inside of your program. And we'll pause just briefly after we say each of those, just to allow it to sit and see how that resonates within you. God is good and present in all things. The holiness of God is my own true nature. I am creating my experiences by how I think, feel, and believe. My thinking is guided by my daily affirmative prayers and affirmative actions. I follow and am sustained by these values in every way, every day, and so it is.
Silent as the snowflake in the night, holy is the spirit of this night. All the world is calm and peaceful. All the world is bright and joyful. Spirit of love and child of peace, love unending that shall not cease. Peace, my children of good will. Peace, my children, peace, peace still.
Into the stillness. At this time in our service, we'll spend a few moments in the stillness, reflecting, taking a moment to go to the silence of our hearts. And as we enter this space, let's begin with just a moment of prayer, remembering anybody that you'd like to call to mind that may be in need of prayer. I invite you to speak their names out loud if you'd like. We affirm their wholeness, healing, and the presence of the Spirit of love in all things. We trust in unfolding goodness and love. The reflection I'm going to offer you this morning comes from our Unity Advent booklet and from a reflection written by Reverend Matthew Long. And I've adapted it a bit so we can take this into a time of silence. Our world defines peace as the cessation of conflict. When a war is over, there is peace. When the situation at work or home or within society is fixed, then I'll be at peace. But when a war ends or a situation is resolved, something else pops up to disturb the peace. Spiritual wisdom teaches that peace arises from within. The soul that is in harmony with spirit knows peace. Peace in our world begins with peace in our hearts and minds. Peace in our world begins with peace in our hearts and in our minds. Peace is not the cessation of conflict. It is a consciousness attuned to the divine order and divine timing inherent in creation. It is the flexibility of mind and body to adjust and flow with the natural evolution of life. Peace is when I accept that good, orderly direction, G-O-D, good, orderly direction, is at work now and always. Divine order and divine timing are at work in my life and in all of my affairs. So we take a moment to sit in silent reflection, and I offer you 2 invitations if you would like. To contemplate that you are an originator of peace. Peace begins with you. And if that sense of peace might feel a little distant right now, a little challenging to get there, I offer you this invitation. Where am I experiencing disharmony? Where am I experiencing resistance? Where might I allow and be open to the good, orderly direction of life unfolding? Silent night, holy night, all is calm. I am at peace. Peace begins with me.
We're going to do a new song. So it's our debut. It's called In Our Heart, Now Awakening.
From the lotus was the nectar, the very source of our thirsty soul.
And with the pollen of grace,
The dazzling spine of the ancient scroll. From the gifts of sacred love, resonating sounds are blessing the infinite power of God in our hearts, now awakening. In the light beams, consciousness,
let's break with essence in
everything.
From true peace, will just begin.
Harmonic bliss transcends and reigns. From the gifts of sacred love, resonating sounds are blessing the infinite power of God in our heart, now awakening. In the mind of divination, compassion breathes our core, dancing with rejuvenation in the light of one. Our wings soar. From the gifts of sacred love, resonating sounds are blessing the infinite power of God in our hearts, now awakening. The infinite power of God in our hearts, now awakening.
Oh, thanks, y'all. That was a new one, I think. Yeah, wrote recently. Oh, good. Thank you. Oh, I forgot something. Hi. This. So to start today, I mentioned this very clever Advent wreath. Last week was the first Sunday of Advent, and we discussed within this concept of a sort of a spiritual understanding of what faith might mean. We might touch back on that for a moment. And this Sunday we light the second candle, which is for the principle of peace. And also that means there's only 2 candles left before it's Christmas, so get on it. There's always that. We usually light that third candle, I'm like going, oh gosh. So we live in the culture we live in, right? Here's something I found fascinating about peace, and I so appreciate, Diane, that meditation, you touched on it so beautifully. We're going to start and end on the same concept that Diane introduced. And I want to give you the definition from, this is a book, many of you know it, it's called The Revealing Word. It was a group of early Unity people that put together a metaphysical Bible dictionary that talked about concepts that you could find in Hebrew and Christian scripture, and sort of metaphysically, like, what's their deeper meaning? Like, what's really going on when you hear these words? And this book, The Revealing Word, lots of copies in the library. Mine's fallen apart, so yeah, I use it a lot. I'm always curious, what did this sort of metaphysical unfolding understanding of these key words mean? And what the Fillmores and the early folks that put together these concepts said is that, and this is amazing, peace, the definition of peace, harmony. Wait, what? Harmony, tranquility, and it comes from an awareness of the Christ consciousness. It's a steadfast affirmations of peace will harmonize the whole, both the whole body structure, and opens the way for attainment of health conditions in mind and body, and personally, in community, in your nation. Harmony and tranquility. And it's derived from an awareness of the Christ consciousness. I was astounded and had to sort of do a double take on that one. So I'm going to share a story with you, and you've probably heard it, but as you know, some of the fun radio shows I've heard go, but did you hear the whole thing? So let me tell you the first part of the story, and it's a story that's often called The Two Wolves. See if you've heard this one. There was a grandfather, and he had a little grandchild, and he says to her, let me tell you the story of two wolves. Now, inside of everybody, there's two wolves. And the first wolf is kind and compassionate and generous and patient and giving and abundant and loving. That's the first wolf, just all these qualities. The second wolf can be greedy and mean and spiteful and angry and voracious. Then the child goes, Grandpa, which wolf's inside me? And the answer is, what's the answer typically when you hear this story? Whichever one you feed. Okay, pause. You've heard this story, right? Have you heard this story? You've heard this story. The one that's going to be alive in you is the one that you're feeding. So conclusion, feed the loving, compassionate, kind one, but don't feed that mean-spirited, angry, greedy, spiteful one. Okay, pause. Last week, and we're going to use the same theme before, we talked about this journey. You can think of this journey as a process. I sort of think of it as a circle. And it starts off, and this is a deep, beautiful unity teaching, that we have a sense of the mortal mind and our mortal awareness, but we're invited, and everything we want, all the joy, all that we can want for an abundant life is on this journey. We used the prodigal, the story of this prodigal child who leaves home. And on this journey where we leave home because we want to go into this world where we see the mortal, the idea of what we see on the sense plane is all there is. And that's the name of the game. So we go on this journey and we see this sense of there's this or that, either or, and the one that always gets me, win or lose. Or more, I win when you lose. Zero-sum thinking, right? If I really win, it's because you didn't. So game on, right? Black or white, either or, this or that, one or the other. And then we get to that place and find out that doesn't work so well. And the story of the prodigal, this prodigal is losing and has this sense of, I need to go back home. Because back where I came from, all was good. There was abundance. There was good. And it goes on the journey, and we call that, in unity, we call that the journey of a metaphysician, where we start looking at deeper meanings. and deeper realities, till finally we get to the sense through this metaphysical journey where we start realizing on this journey that the way I'm thinking isn't me, is I am me, and the I am of me has thoughts. And I can choose the thoughts I'm thinking. And therefore I can choose the beliefs that I'm holding on to. I can choose those. It's not like I'm caught in it. On the metaphysical journey, things loosen up a little bit. All this on paradox makes sense. All this on paradox makes sense. Until we land on this other side, this bridge brings us over into the sense, the spiritual sense of the mystic, where we start seeing that instead of what's happening to me, we start seeing I am a part of this whole world, and the divine is working through me. This is the mystic understanding. The divine is you read the Gospel of John, and the whole thing, Jesus, this whole thing he speaks of. I was reading chapter 17. It says, I am in you, and you are in me, and we are in them, and they're in me, and I'm in you, and we're all in each other. Jesus' last prayer, God, be in me and let me be in them, and please pass the Spirit so they can see that you're in them and I'm in you, and then this whole thing, we're in it together. This is the mystic consciousness. It's not even win-win. It's like, what's win? It's just us. We're just opening together. So go back over the bridge and come back to the start. Mortal mind, win, lose. Go back to the story of the two wolves. Which one do you feed? There's an issue here. This story always of the two wolves bugged me all the time. And most of us have heard this story before. It really bothered me. It's like one wolf wins over the other. That sounds like win-lose to me. Not sure I like this story very much. So I, went to the theological resource, Google it, and looked to deeper meanings. And I found the rest of the story. And so the grandchild says to the grandfather, which wolf's inside me? And he says, the one you feed. And so the grandchild says, so I should feed the one or the other. And the wise grandparent says, no, actually, what's the answer? Feed them both. Feed them both. Because that wolf that was all angry and voracious and sort of seemingly mean-spirited is also the wolf that gives you courage and gives you fortitude and gives you strength and says, stand up and address injustice in the world. There is a time to get powerful and stand up and say, yeah, I'm compassionate, but here's the line that says, we need to talk about this. There's a shadow side to both wolves. There's a shadow side to the kind, compassionate wolf. And what could be the shadow of someone who's very kind and compassionate? You might see that they could get sort of steamrolled, walked over, taken advantage of. I think of this compassionate wolf who's sitting there with a lot of compassion. Maybe someone starts taking advantage of them, and the other wolf creeps up behind him and goes, no. There's a place for both wolves. There's a place for both wolves. When we leave that either or and walk on this metaphysical bridge, all of a sudden we start seeing, wait a second, this thing is a journey of balance. It's a journey of harmonies. It's a journey of not this and that, but how can I look at these both energies that are at play and find a truth? And it's like paradox. And all of a sudden paradox, you go, it's a paradox. I love it. I don't get it. You say that all the time. Things must be going well because it's a paradox. Must be right. Must be something really valuable on that journey. I was thinking in terms, I started writing, and what I want to bring up about this, it's about peace and it's about faith. And I'll talk about those two because these are the candles we've got. But insert for yourself whichever other sort of area of interest you want to insert, like the economy, like the political situation in America, like Name it for yourself. Something in my relationship, something in our community. Pick an area, but let me give you some examples so we can see how to play this out. In Mortal Mind, I listened to a podcast the other day, and it was a good podcast, but the person kept saying, when did you come back to your faith? People speak of faith. And I just was like, what? Meaning you're either in it or out of it. You're either in the faith or you're out of the faith. And of course, what they meant was my set of beliefs. And you left and you looked at another set of beliefs. Those weren't my set of beliefs. So you left the faith. Oh, you've come back to the faith. Now we're together because we agree. How dare you go think something else? You left the faith. This is mortal mind thinking of faith, right? Either or, win or lose, right or wrong. Versus on this metaphysical journey, we start looking at not faith as a noun, but as a verb. We start seeing that when I hold things in mind, this is faith. Whatever we hold in mind, whatever we hold as our beliefs and our thoughts, they outpicture and express in the world. What's outpicturing and expressing? Does that work? Does that feel like leads to joy, transformation, goodness? Well, maybe I should look at what I'm thinking. Maybe I should question my beliefs. Maybe I should question when I'm feeling certain ways, maybe I should look at those feelings and go, what is going on? It's a journey. There's a piece, this isn't an exact quote, but people quote it this way. It's actually a whole paragraph that gets boiled down to Jesus saying to the effect, live in the world, but don't be of it. That's a paraphrase, not a quote. It's in John 17. Yeah. Live in the world, but not of it. Kind of a paradox. I imagine Jesus saying something like that, and someone's writing it down. And I always wish somebody else would have said, excuse me, Jesus, clarity on that one, please. Like, give us some examples. Like, what do you mean? And we talk oftentimes, our friend Jonathan loves to say this example, that we're human beings. We're human and we're beings. And we live as beings. This eternal nature of who we are is this being, is this eternal being connected to the eternal presence. And we're human and we're incarnate. And we live on this earth and we live on this planet and we have really experiences and expressions. And the key is to find the balance, find the harmony between this. And it's always fun because where's the middle ground of all this is right here, which is your heart, which is you might think the center of your soul, the center part. And so the journey, it'd be so nice to be a mortal mind. This is right and you're wrong. And it just isn't that simple. It never is. It's like, okay, we're in this world and we really got to come up with practical day-to-day expressions and experiences of something that we're resonating with and that is eternal. And there's a balance in there. There's a harmonizing that we do. I told you, I think in terms of like faith, where it's like, this is the faith or not, versus a faith that goes, we're in paradox. We're seeing what expresses. The mystic starts seeing that if on the metaphysical path, on this journey, we're starting to see, as I think I express, and what expression is not very good, so maybe I should change my thinking. And it's kind of clunky, but it works. Thoughts held in mind produce after their kind, we say that. But at the time of the mystic, when this is really ingrained in us, when we, through this practice, we get to that place, things start showing up pretty quick. It's, our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs all get aligned and things start happening really quick. This place of the mystic, and you all know it, we've all stood in mystic shoes where you say, you wouldn't believe what happened. I thought something and someone showed up. I needed something and the right person called. I was thinking of this person and they emailed me. I needed someone to help me do something and you wouldn't know. I turned on YouTube and it popped up. Well, that may be something else going on, but internet mysticism. But still, you get the idea. In this place of peace, it's the same way. In mortal mind and peace, it's like, we got peace. We won. They lost. Now we're at peace. But in that world, in that framework, you know what? And you said it so well in your prayer. It doesn't last. It just doesn't work. The peace comes in the harmony and the balance. And we move in this metaphysical mind where we sit in paradox and we start saying, if I really want peace, I have to find a way to balance. I might even have to listen to somebody else. Oh, man. I might have to open up my belief system just a little bit and go, well, maybe there's somebody's got a point. Maybe I don't like the way they're expressing it, but maybe they got a point. Maybe for a true peace and a harmony, we need to allow the other worldviews to find this harmony. Maybe other people's genius is valid, even though I don't understand it. And we have to find a way. But if they're out picturing their way in this zone, it's like they're trying to win, they're trying to lose, and everything gets exaggerated and crazy. And then things happen like violence. Things happen like destroying families, and things happen like kidnapping people off the street, and things happen like jailing people without you knowing where they're going, and all sorts of things of violence and mean-spirited actions tend to happen. We got to get out of that mortal mind thinking into this balance, this harmony where we're starting to have a greater sense. And then in peace, in this place of the mystic, there starts to be a harmony with people if we can get there both as an individual and our heart. You said it so well, when we can sit in the peace of our heart, where we can sit there and be out of all self-righteousness and going, I'm going to be in this place where I'm going to get out of my judgment. And I'm going to start finding the harmony and balance in my own heart. I don't find that so easy personally. I find when I'm raging against the injustices and how things aren't very peaceful out there, and I go into the silence and I look in my own heart, I go, yeah, maybe those two wolves need to settle down and work it out in me, in my own space. I was thinking of, like, for example, in this mortal mind, I was thinking of economy, and you can play your own. I'm just giving you examples in inviting you to do your own playing with your concepts and ideas. This is just a unity teaching of how the evolution of our consciousness goes and how these might play out in your experience. I'd be curious to know. Here's something I thought of. There's a lot of talk now, economy, when it's win-lose, it gets to look like a K. There's those at the top winning, and there's a lot at the bottom losing. People who seem to be doing super well economically, and a lot of people not doing so well at all. And there's this sense where we can find a balance around this metaphysical mind where we see both and, where we're more open, and there's more harmony, there's more peace, there's more connecting. And they talk about maybe the economy looks more like a diamond, a big middle class. That sounds good to me. More people, more win-win, more inclusion, more everyone's in this together, more bringing it together. And there might be people on the top and the bottom in some ways, but we start expanding. We start saying yes to an inclusion, and it's not win or lose. It's just like, can we all find a way where we can win and coordinate and talk and find balance and harmonies? And maybe there's a place in the mystic mind. Because, see, here's a part of it. In the mortal mind, it's like, when I look at the economy, what does it do for me? Right? What does it do for me? And on the metaphysical journey, we start saying, well, how does this work? How does this work for all of us? I want you to win. How do we coordinate? How do we communicate? And in the mystic mind, it's like, there's another shift. It's like, how can I serve for your benefit? I'm good. You can't undo my good, because the nature of life is for me. I'm so sure that the nature of this world, the nature of this human experience, and everything that comes is for me. I'm just solid. And then I'm just in a place, how do I serve? Maybe the economy is a circle. I'm just playing into all of that. How do I serve? How do I just be there and serve? You can do this in prayer as well. I'll give you another example, and then fill in your own examples. In prayer, in mortal mind, it's just like, this doesn't work. God out there, because I'm here and the divine is somewhere else, right? Win or lose, separation consciousness. I'm here, you're there, we're not connected. I need something. Give me. I need something, I want it. The prayer is one of supplication mostly. Please, I'm here, please pass it this way. I'm being a little extreme here. Something's wrong with me, save me. Send someone and fix me. I'm broken, fix me. This is this mortal mind teaching. Sound familiar? Have you heard that? Have you thought it? On this metaphysical path, as we move on the bridge to being the mystic, and we move on the bridge to being transformed, our prayer starts changing. It starts being one like, let's walk this together. I see both. I start waking up to that thought of something's wrong with me, all those wounded thoughts that come from where? Childhood, youth, our story. And we start moving on to a different kind of prayer because we start seeing this is true, but also this is true. And maybe there were some things that seemed not to go well, but there's also been these great blessings. And I start feeling more of a balanced place. In the metaphysical mind, I start seeing all the stories from Scripture. Instead of being moral tales, this is right and this is wrong, you see this energy of the divine working through all things, through all situations, constantly uplifting and constantly showing us the way to transformed life. And so our prayer becomes different than God out there is wrong. I start seeing that the God is all present, this divine essence, this presence is always present, it's omnipresent, and what I need to do is just affirm the presence. That is the truth of our nature. In this place, I'm not reaching out for something that's other. I'm recognizing that there's something that's totally available to me, that life is present to me, that life is good for me, that life is here for me. And even though there's things that might seem, well, that wasn't for me, we start seeing in our consciousness that there's nothing here that's not for me. Yeah, we start going, well, we talked about this last week. Well, that showed up. They showed up. Who's showing up for me and what is showing up for me? Instead of fighting it like, well, that was a good thing that showed up and this one stunk, we start seeing, well, wait, what's showing up? And I love this question because when I start like in my journal, I start going, well, that showed up. I don't really like that, but that showed up. Okay, what is going on? That showed up for me as a gift. Thank you for that gift. It's a different attitude. That showed up for me. That seems difficult, and that is a gift. What is in there for me? The other day I said, God, enough gifts. Enough things showing up. Okay, that's enough. Let me work on these before you send any more, or life sends any more, or any more are sent. The dishwasher broke. And then it flooded the floor. Now I got to replace the tile. Like, yeah, those kind of stories. Enough gifts. Let me get in the flow of this. And then it's like we're dealing in this, and to the point of like this like what's showing up, and I went and I got a cap. It was really good. I'm so grateful. I got a crown. I got a dentist. I'm so grateful. They put it in. It's like, but my bite just is off. I'm like, that ain't right. Do I have to go back and refix it? What's that about? What's that teaching me? Oh, I've gotten pages of journal about this crown. Why is that showing up? And what's it pushing on me? What do I need to discover about that? Hey, everyone in here has a story like that. And here's the question. What's showing up? Peace in our life. Peace is when we can harmonize all these various energies. We harmonize, we find a balance. And we bring them all together to go, okay, what is all this? And as soon as I start thinking, oh my God, this happened to me, just the next shoe is going to drop, life's against me. We're jumping down that bridge all the way back here to mortal mind again. We're back into win-lose, and here I go. Climb back up the bridge, start looking for deeper meanings, and land into that mystic consciousness, which knows life is for me. This is the nature of the world. I see the struggle. I'm at peace in my heart. And now, instead of like, I'm trying to get myself into peace, when we land in that mystic consciousness, what changes is the frame of reference. And I am bringing peace to the world. The mystic is the servant. The mystic is, I bring peace. I am the one. Jesus said, Father, you work through me, and I bring it to them. And of course, the master then says, and you work through me, and I work through you, and we're one. We're one. This is mastery. This is the end goal. This is the one that's hardest to talk about. This is the one, when we step into that master space, we feel it, we resonate with it. Yeah, some of you are there a lot. Some of us just touch it once in a while and go, woo. But this is the journey. It's the ask. The Fillmore say, and once you get to that consciousness, there's even more beyond that. What they are, don't know yet. This is the journey of our souls into this infinity of evolution, of becoming, of turning. But this is the territory we get to deal with. And the call for our true transformation is this mastery. And I have found what I love about talking about, let's talk about it with peace or with faith or with the economy or with prayer or with any other category. What I have found for myself is on different, and they talk about this in the literature, the unity literature, on different places of our life and different energies of our soul and different places where we're different on the journey. You know, we might feel, I'm pushing mastery in this area, and then of relationship, and then something happens in community, and you're going, really? It's okay. It's okay. I'll end on this. You might notice that I told you this whole story parallels the prodigal. The prodigal leaves. I want to be in sense consciousness. I'm going to go out and I'm going to battle. I'm going to win and lose. I'm going to win. I got all my money. I got the inheritance. And it doesn't work out. And then they go on this journey of, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to home. I'm going to go and say, I'm not worthy to be in charge anymore. Just let me be here and be a servant until when they get the golden crown and the shoes and the homesteader, the person of the estate blesses this child and says, you here, you belong, you inherit, and they're into mastery. Here's the journey. And no time in that story did the master of the estate, when the prodigal came home, ever judge them. When it says the prodigal was a long way off, the master of the estate looks out, runs out, and greets the prodigal, embraces them, cries, you were gone and now you're back. I missed you so much. There was no time in that story ever where the master of the estate looks at the prodigal and goes, see, told ya, I knew you'd screw it up. This is what you always do. Blah, blah, blah. Never. It doesn't happen. There's absolutely no judgment on this path. None. You might know there's a second person, the older child, who doesn't go and goes, hey, this one leaves and comes back, and I stayed here and I worked all the time. And it says, you've always had it. You've always been here. But hint, hint, this one had the courage to go on the journey, to explore, to live their life, live it to the full, make some mistakes, try it, go forth, embrace, investigate, explore, live the spiritual journey. That one did it and was so welcomed. Not that it was a mistake, but almost as if, yeah, nice job. This is the territory. This is what we have. But I'll leave you with this. And this whole place, this peace, what I love about this peace, it's a call to harmony. It's a call to balance. And I am not saying that is easy. As a matter of fact, I think it's a daily, you want to get a good example of it? Dominic's going. Ken Burns, Revolutionary War. Have you watched it? Talk about the founding of a country that was nothing but disharmony, figuring it out, balance. There was a lot of awful stuff that happened. I love this show. This whole founding of we have a principle, we have a goal. But in the meantime, it was what about this? What about that? How was it? This constant movement of and some worked out well and some, and it's so like paradoxical. This beautiful vision to go forward came with a lot of ugly, tussling, even violent sort of grinding out, trying to find the truth, trying to live in balance, trying to find that center point. If you're in a ship and there's a wave and you're going like this, You don't want to go, whoa, and fall overboard. What you want to do is lean into it. This is the game, you know? This is the game. This is the play of peace. In all situations, find harmony. Easy? I don't know. Not usually. Essential? Yeah. Something, it doesn't happen once, but it's kind of the territory of spiritual growth. That's been my experience. How about you? This constant ongoing openness. But I'll end on this. Hold these principles that are the truth of it. If you find yourself in win-lose, this, them, either, or consciousness, none of us do that. Question that and ask yourself, how do I move into a place of balance, of harmony? Start in our hearts and then bring that out picture that to the world. And it's the same question. I'll end on this. What was your question, Diane, in your meditation? Remind me. Okay, tell me them again. Yep, I am the original source of peace. It starts in the I am conscious. I am peace. Mm-hmm. So this affirmation is I am peace. I am. Take this. Why don't you close your eyes for just a minute? Let's just end on this. It's kind of a callback to the meditation. So when you're in breath, you might just say, I am. On your out breath, peace. On your next breath, I am. Out breath, harmony. On the in breath, I am. On the out breath, balance. And then I am. Peacefulness. And then I bring harmony. When people come to me, I offer balance. I live in peace. In all ways, I express harmony. I share with others balance. As you sit in that energy and breathe in that energy of peace, harmony and balance, through this week, we offer this invitation. In places, in situations in your life where you feel very unsettled or even upset, discombobulated, out of sorts, bring this question, just call it to mind. Know that life is for me. God in all ways is with me. The journey to mystic consciousness and mastery is my journey. I am worthy of that journey. I know that my life is so valuable that the divine is calling me, each one of us, every one of us, to that journey. That God is in us, God is calling us, God is for us, God is in all ways with us. God is the energy that is evolutionarily pulling us forward and saying, come this way, cross the bridge, be that mystic, be in service, know the truth of yourself, be in harmony. And in any way that we don't feel harmonious, no judgment, Absolutely none. No guilt, no shame, no judgment. Just a question. Just a question. What do I do next? What is my next move? How do I find an opportunity to bring this situation, my life, my heart, my situations into balance, into harmony, into God's energy, the Christ consciousness of peace?
This place of peace and harmony. The word sweetheart just came to me. Sweetheart. That sweetheart space. I'm like looking at going, people I think of in my life as sweethearts. My sweethearts, and feeling that. That's that same tenderness and sweetness. So from your sweethearts now, from a place of peace and from a place of where we harmonize in our lives, it's time for our offering. So I invite the ushers to come forward. We know abundance is our divine inheritance. Giving is our gift of love and appreciation. We always appreciate your generosity in support of this ministry here at Unity of Bellingham, which we are creating together. This includes each of you with us in person, as well as those of you who join us online. Thank you. And as you take your offering to your sweetheart, we affirm quietly to ourselves, I give freely and joyfully, for God is my source, and I have abundance in all areas of my life. So please join me in saying our offertory blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is.
The title of this song is Season of Harmony. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I was younger, I remember Grandma's house in late December. We'd all gather round the Christmas tree. Those times are filled with fun and laughter. It can last forever after, as the Christ light shines in you and me. And we wish you a season of harmony, wishing on a start from above. And we wish you a season of happiness, but most of all, we wish you Christmas love. Harmony brings us together. It keeps you warm in snowy weather with a song of peace and joy, a thing called love. Let's be family come together, and bells ring in the peace of the dove. And we wish you a season of harmony, wishing on star from above. And we wish you a season of happiness. But most of all, we wish you Christmas love. And we wish you a season of harmony, wishing on a star from above. And we wish you a season of happiness. But most of all, we wish you Christmas love. Yeah, most of all, we wish you Christmas love. Most of all, we wish you Christmas love.
What a perfect song. Did you write that one? Yeah. Who wrote it? Restless Heart. Oh, perfect. Thanks, y'all. Oh, thanks, Helga. Helga. It's a maze. And so we bless these gifts. There's so much gratitude for all of you here, for all the financial gifts, for your gifts, your time, your talent, your insights, your beauty, your excitement, your passion, all the gifts you give, all the ones I see, and then I'm constantly surprised at how people are showing up and blessing this community in so many ways. So thank you, each and every one. May these gifts go forward to not only bless this ministry, but unity, one unity worldwide now, and for peace in our planet. And what's that? Yeah, harmony with all people, the goodness and all that's happening to come in a harmonization for the good of all, for the blessings of all. And so it is. Amen. I wanted to share just a few gratitudes. You don't see it right now, but is Beth here? Where's Beth? Beth, she made this quilted piece piano cover. And if you're here through the week, we've had a moving blanket or king-size blanket bedspread thrown over this piano for a long time. And Beth came in and said, that won't do. And so she made a custom fit. She crafted this and sewed it and put together. So if you're in here during the week, just notice this beautiful piano cover. I feel like that's so mature of us to have a beautiful piece like that. Thank you, Beth. She just saw it and went, no. And yeah, Beth. It's around your house, you have something that you've just gotten used to after a while, and then the neighbor comes in and goes, really? And you go, you're right. We should do something about that. So thank you, Beth. A special, last week we decorated all the trees. So thank you all for those of you who came and decorated the trees. We got a red one and a peace one and the different ones. And I want to thank Dak and Kelly, because for years you guys have come in on a Saturday and carried down those trees. So for years of tree carrying service, wait, before you applaud to them, they sort of maybe passed the torch. Ed actually carried all the trees down this year. And in support of the spirit of Dak and Kelly, thank you for you guys for, yeah. Also today, she was here. We had a big gift. I don't even know it. She rented out the facility. She was here all day yesterday, set up all the tables. And again, you got to come see this Christmas wreath after. So just a shout out to Janae. Thank you for all your work all weekend and for being here and helping set up on Friday night. Thank you, Janae. And also shout out to Kathy for the mystery players who are here Friday night doing the Christmas Carol. Thank you. Yeah, so come see a 30s, 40s radio show production that the mystery players do, Kathy. You'll probably do a couple, 3 next year as well. Hope? Yeah, please? Yeah, okay. So those are great productions. Also, we mentioned Jay Scott and Howard and the folks who work in the back, Jane and Jim, often as well. So thank you for them. I don't always do it, but I went and looked at the analytics on our YouTube, and we had 334 people watch our services last month. So you think of who's here, and then, more than maybe double or once again double that for numbers who actually taking part of services. And what's fun is, for all their work and for saving, it's not just people watching like last week's services. They're going into the archives and watching all sorts of stuff, which is really good for me to know. It's like, well, that one seemed to be popular. Maybe we should revisit certain things. But 334 views last month, which is remarkable. So thank you for all your work and putting things up on our YouTube site. And if you haven't been to our YouTube site, it's worth visiting. All the talks and a lot of the special services and musicians and all the kinds of things, it's all recorded there. So if you ever need a chance to go be inspired, if that's one of your choices, Unity of Bellingham's YouTube site. So thanks, you guys in the AV room, for all you've been doing. Yeah. And we've never done Giving Tuesday before, but, for a lot of us, who was it that said, maybe it was my daughter-in-law, something about, we don't always have to just plug into Black Friday and Cyber Monday and get all excited about, spending money to the corporations. Maybe for some of you that sort of strikes a nerve. So instead we said, well, how about making a chance to do Giving Tuesday? We can kind of, stick it to them and say, we're not doing this year. And come and maybe look more for like local shopping and, local presents and homemade gifts and staying out of that cycle. And so instead we offered Giving Tuesday. We raised over $400 people gave in charity, and this is all going to go for projects and maybe we'll put it aside for special events. So thank you everybody here who supported us in Giving Tuesday. I think it was $440 we made this year for that. So thank you everybody for that. Also, just for your calendar, Christmas Eve, we start talking about that, 4 o'clock. That's typically when we do it, our Christmas Eve candlelight service. Early enough, it should be dark by then, because December 24th, 4 o'clock it'll be dark enough where we can do Christmas, but early enough that you can go home and have your Christmas Eve celebration. Also something that's been, I think for those who have gone, and if you haven't done this before, we have a ceremony called Loss and Light. And it's kind of just a way it's this Wednesday at 6:30. And for Loss and Light, it's kind of a beautiful ceremony. Marsha's playing some songs. We have some recorded music, and we have a few people who will be sharing. And each year, some different folks share. Ed's going to offer a reflection, and Coral is offering a reflection, and Marie. No, who is it? Who's the other person? It's, I should know. Who? Speak up. Ed and Coral. Okay, and someone else is doing the reflection. I should remember. Jeremy. I'm trying to look for a face. Someone raised their hand. And Jeremy is going to be here. So we have a few reflections. They're short, and it's a time for meditation and music. It'll all be in the dark, candlelight sort of service. It's about 45, 50 minutes. And it's a way just to kind of sink into, like almost before all the external activities for Christmas happen, a time to sink into like an internal and consider at the end of the year, not only what's coming and the excitement, but maybe also reflection on maybe some of the endings for the year as well. So we offer a Loss and Light service every year, this Wednesday at 6:30. And then the Thursday twilight, what is happening? And by the way, this was what it was. Like, what was that note? Where's Sonia? Yeah. Just provided, and this is up on the bulletin board. Unbridled Spirit invites you to stop by for twilight moments with the herd. So it's at 6 to 8, just a drop in at the farm, at Unbridled Spirit Farm. And so when you go out, it's the herd of llamas? Horses? Goats? The llama's name is Walk in Harmony. You can, perfect. Yeah, Hojo, okay. Yeah.
It's a night of peace with the animals.
Yeah. Wow. There'll be a bonfire, hot drinks, inspiring stories, cozy up with soft eyes, warm horse breath, and the soft munching of hay. Yeah. Shall we have Lost and Light on Wednesday, and then you can go on a twilight hang out with the horses for a little. This is such a thank you. What a great idea. Yeah. It's Thursday night. So we have something, both nice events possible Wednesday and Thursday. A final thing is, starting for next year, we always gonna start putting out our pledge cards. You might think of, if you've done one last year, it's a chance to redo the pledge card for next year. We've just produced them. There'll be more about that later. And then we usually turn those in for the start of the year to work on our next year's budget. So just a note, you'll start seeing those showing up sometime soon. And they're available now. Oh, thank you so much. Did we even do November birthdays? We did eventually, right?
Yes, we did.
Okay, thank you. Gold star, anyone who reminds me that it's birthday time, I so appreciate you. You think I could remember, but December birthdays, I know one. Diane, who else knows one? You as well? December birthdays. Diane, come on up. Krista? Yeah. Who else? December birthdays. Only 2? That can't be. Where else? No, just 2. Okay. Well, you know the words.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friends. Happy birthday to you. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you. Are wonderful. God is blessing you now.
And stay around for there's so much food. Everyone, please stay around for the potluck right after service.
And I have 2 really quick announcements before we start our final songs. First one is that we will be caroling on Sunday the 21st, pretty much right after church. We're going to limit it to about 4 places and like carpool to those places, and they'll be nearby. And then the other one is we are also having a pop-up choir that day. So if you are a choir singer and can learn things really quick, see me after service and I'll send you some music and or recordings of what we're doing. Please stand and sing I Heard the Bells. I heard the bells on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play, and while the words repeat of peace on earth, goodwill to all, I thought how as the day had come, the belfries of all Christendom had rolled along the unbroken song of peace on earth, goodwill to all, till ringing, singing on its way, the world revolved from night to day, a voice, a chime, a chant sublime of peace on earth, goodwill to all. Thank you.
All right. So as we complete our service today, let's join together to say the prayer of protection. And we do include everyone, everywhere. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you all for joining us today. Have a wonderful week, and we look forward to seeing you at the next event.
And here we go with the peace song.